Good morning. We begin today at a federal crime desk with a series of significant developments out of the District of Vermont, including a 20-year federal prison sentence tied to deadly drug-related robbery, a Social Security fraud sentencing, and new charges in an international grandparent scam case. These cases underscore the broad reach of federal prosecution, from violent crimes and neurotic trafficking to financial fraud and international wire schemes. Federal prosecutors announced that on February 13th of 2026, Dominique Trofe, 39, of Gloucester, Vermont, was sentenced to 240 months, or 20 years, in federal prison for his role in a deadly attempt armed robbery tied to cocaine distribution operation in Swanton. Trofe was sentenced by Gregory W. Crawford and will also serve 4 years of supervised release following his prison term. A federal jury convicted Trofe in May of 2024 after a 6-day trial on a multiple charge including conspiracy to distribute cocaine base, commonly known as crack cocaine, aiding and abetting the use of firearm during a drug trafficking crime where the firearm was discharged, conspiracy to commit robbery, possession of cocaine base with the intent to distribute. According to court records and trial testimonies, by July of 2021, Trofe was supplying crack cocaine to distributors in Swanton, trafficking multiple ounces each week. That operation was disrupted in January of 2022 when a rival dealer moved into the residence at 45 First Street in Swanton, cutting sharply into Trofe's profits. Two of Trofe's associates, Eric Raymond and Jesse Sweet, proposed robbing the rival dealer. Prosecutors say Trofe approved the plan, supplied the firearm, and drove participants to and from the scene. During early morning hours of February 2nd, 2022, the attempted robbery turned deadly. Elijah Oliver, a 22-year-old from Massachusetts, was shot twice and killed inside the residence. Following the homicide, Trofe fled Vermont temporarily and instructed a co-conspirator to cancel his cell phone account. He later returned and continued to distribute cocaine base, including sales to a law enforcement confidential source. When Trofe was arrested on September 7, 2022, federal agents found him in possession of 188.9 grams of crack cocaine. Raymond and Sweet later pleaded guilty and were sentenced to 12 and 6 years, respectively. In a separate federal case, a Plainfield man of Vermont has been sentenced for defrauding the Social Security Administration. On February 10th of 2026, John Koza, 64, was sentenced by Christina Riaz to 2 years of probation and ordered him to repay $68,320 in restitution. Koza admitted to submitting false information in March of 2021 applications for Social Security disability insurance benefits. Koza claimed he was not self-employed, a statement prosecutors say he was knowingly false. Court records show he was actively working as a handyman for 2 businesses, JC Handyman Service and Black Bear Building Service. Evidence included advertising material and social media posts showing ongoing work from 2019 through at least 2023. As a result, federal prosecutors say Koza collected disability benefits he was not legally entitled to receive. Federal prosecutors have also announced new charges against a Miami man accused for participating in grandparent scams and later fleeing the country. A superseding indictment charged Odama Khalid, 33, with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to launder monetary instruments, failure to appear in court. Khalid pleaded not guilty during an arraignment on February 13th of 2026 before Kevin J. Doyle, who ordered him to detain pending trial. Khalid was initially arrested in April of 2023 and released on a $100,000 bond, but failed to appear for court hearing in December of 2024. He was later detained in Mexico by immigration authorities and returned to the United States. If convicted, Khalid faces up to 60 years in federal prison, though any sentence would be determined under federal sentencing guidelines. Federal prosecutors emphasize that indictments contain allegations only, and defendants are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. The investigations involved Homeland Security investigation, IRS criminal investigation, Customs and Border Protection, and the FBI. Reporting from the Federal Crime Desk, I'm Haley Ficasello for Englebrook Independent News.